Have you ever told yourself things like, "I'll start when I am ready," "I'll invest when I have more money," or "I'll learn when I have more time"? These seemingly reasonable excuses are actually mental traps we set for ourselves. Welcome to the Thank Cure. Today, let's talk about a topic we're all too familiar with, the excuses and procrastination that hold us back. Each of us only has 86,400 seconds in a day, and those seconds are slipping away quietly. We often find ourselves putting important things off until tomorrow, only to unknowingly waste so much precious time. I remember being the same way, always thinking tomorrow would be better, that I'd be more prepared. But reality showed me that the so-called perfect moment never actually arrives. Let me ask you, how many plans have you postponed over the past year? How many dreams have you put on hold? How many opportunities have you missed? This isn't about blaming anyone, but about waking up to the truth. Time won't stop for our excuses. So today, I want to share some real-life experiences and insights with you. These aren't empty my tooling speeches, but practical guides that can actually change our lives. In the next part, I talk about how to recognize and eliminate the excuses holding us back, how to stop the pointless self-pity, and how to take immediate action to change our situation. Remember, by watching this video, you're already ahead of those still hesitating about whether to make a change. You've at least taken the first step towards seeking change. Now let's dive into how we can really start taking action and break free from those excuses and limitations that are holding us back. Part 1. Recognizing the true nature of excuses. Before we take any action, the first thing we need to do is see through the real nature of our excuses. Every excuse is like a mirror reflecting our inner fears and uncertainties. They are our defense mechanism against the unknown, our mental barriers when we're avoiding a challenge. Understanding this is crucial because only when we see through the disguise of these excuses can we truly find a way forward. For example, when we say, "I do not have enough time," what we're really doing is using time as a seemingly objective excuse to hide the fact that we haven't made this thing a priority. The real issue is that we haven't placed this task high enough on our list, and we're using other things as a reason to put it off. Or when we say, "The conditions aren't right yet," it's actually us telling ourselves, "I'm not ready." But the truth is, we'd never feel fully ready. The real challenge is whether we can take the first step, even when things aren't perfect, to change our situation. The first step is to face these excuses head on and realize that they're not facts. They're just our inner defense mechanisms. Let's break down some of the most common excuses. I'm too tired. But we all know that successful people get tired too. They just choose to keep going despite it. I don't have the funds. There are countless examples of people who started with nothing, proving that a lack of money can be overcome with creativity and persistence. I don't have the right connection. In the age of social media, networking has never been easier. The key is whether you are willing to take the first step. Whenever you feel like making an excuse, try to shift your perspective. If this thing were truly important, how would you overcome these obstacles? If someone told you that completing this task would earn you $1 million, would you still feel like you did have the time or resources? The real issue isn't whether we have the resource, it's whether we're willing to make the most of what we already have most of the time. We're not actually lacking in resources, we're just lacking the courage to take action. Those seemingly reasonable excuses are really just mental comfort zones we've set up for ourselves, allowing us to stay comfortably stuck. Remember, while you're making excuses for yourself, there are people out there under the same or worse conditions doing what you think is impossible. The best way to break free from excuses is to take action immediately. Even the smallest step forward is more valuable than the perfect plan that never gets started. Part 2. Say goodbye to self-pity. Self-pity is one of the most subtle forms of psychological poison. It makes us believe in the illusion that I'm special. We tend to exaggerate our own difficulties, thinking we're under more pressure and facing bigger challenges than others. But this mindset is actually our greatest enemy when it comes to making progress. Self-pity is a common emotional trap that keeps us stuck in pain and helplessness whenever we feel unfairly treated or encounter obstacles. It's easy to start feeling sorry for ourselves. Why me? I've done so much. Why haven't I seen results? These thoughts pull us into a negative cycle, making it hard to break free from the situation. The truth is, while it's natural to feel down at times, self-pity only drains our energy and prevents us from moving forward. The real challenge is shifting our focus away from feeling sorry for ourselves and toward taking action, no matter how small. Only by breaking free from self-pity can we truly begin to make progress and move toward the life we want. Self-pity only drains our energy and delays our progress, while taking action, needing the smallest step, leads to real change. To do this, you first need to stop complaining and stop letting yourself sink into negative emotions. Whenever you feel like pitying yourself, ask yourself, is this helping me? If the answer is no, then choose to shift your mindset and refocus on taking action to solve the problem. There is certainly unfairness in life, but self-pity is never the solution. When you feel sorry for yourself, think about those who continue to push forward under even tougher circumstances. They not accept ours. They simply choose a different attitude. Instead of wasting time on self-pity, use that energy to improve yourself. Self-pity also provides a false sense of comfort, making us think that just feeling the pain is somehow solving the problem. But the truth is, feeling sad doesn't change anything. Real change comes from action, from how we respond to these difficulties. Every time we overcome a challenge, it is an opportunity to become stronger. To break free from self-pity, you first need to accept one simple truth. Your situation may be tough, but it is not unique. Everyone is going through their own challenges. The key is how we handle them. Shift your focus from "why me" to "how can I solve this?" Replace complaints with actions and replace venting with solutions. Part 3. The power of immediate action. Now, let's talk about the most crucial part, the power of action. Do you know what the most surprising truth is? It's that the moment you actually start taking action, many of the difficulties you thought you had will begin to disappear. Action itself holds an incredible power. It brings momentum, confidence, and opportunities. A lot of people are waiting for the so-called perfect moment, but that waiting is a waste in itself. The perfect preparation will never come, because until you take action, you'd never truly know what you need. It is only through action that we can uncover the real problems and find the best solutions. So stop waiting for everything to align perfectly. Take that first step, and you'll see how things start to unfold. Even the smallest progress is more valuable than the most perfect plan. Starting is more important than perfection. The moment you take that first step, you've already outpaced 90% of people, because most people spend their entire lives stuck in the planning phase. Action leads to feedback. Feedback leads to experience, and experience leads to progress. It in a positive cycle. Don't worry about making mistakes, because mistakes themselves are the best teachers. Making mistakes through action is far better than wasting time in hesitation. Every failed attempt brings you closer to success. Remember, failure is not the end. It's a necessary part of the journey to success. Most importantly, action brings momentum. When you see your progress, be the smallest progress, use the drive to keep going. It's like a snowball. It may start small, but with continuous effort, it will eventually grow bigger. So take immediate action. Start with the smallest tasks and let the change create more change. My dear friends, if you are tired of staying in place and truly long for change, then start taking action now. Remember, your future is not something you wait for. It is something you build step by step. I'm your friend at Thankyou. Let's grow and progress together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your action plan. See you next time.